I'm in, as you can tell from my state, absolute life support mode, and what that's allowed is for a positive tone to my voice, because there's no room for anything else. Like, it's on charge at the same time. That's the problem. So there we go. I'm gonna have to have a smoke whilst I'm making this video. Another little therapy device. I'm an absolute survival man. Started to make a little bit of gains and headway back into putting the first steps that I've been trying to plug away for at probably about 2 months now to get the first steps in place. And the first step is like pretty much falling into place. And then it was almost like for the last night I jumped to the second step. And I got knocked off my feet very, very quickly, and I'm being asked to really juggle my sensitivity with pain. So in other words, believe it or not, it doesn't really matter, but for the sake of the picture, the way I view my situation and where I'm coming at this situation from is I've got something wrong with my pain threshold barrier. And when I go to, not when I go to, I have pain that is active to a greater or lesser extent now, pretty much most of the day, if not all the day. To a greater or lesser extent, I'm not sure to what extent. I'm having to do a lot of physical stuff, so I'm able to focus through it sometimes and work my way through it, which I haven't been able to do for a while now. Where it's just had me like against, dancing around it. And now what's taking place is sorry mate, so this is it's an infrared heat neck warmer, and it's to be plugged into USB. But where I'm in a coma, the lead went missing. It disappeared. Wasn't in any location that I was aware that I could have left it at, and I've been over and over all the locations, and it's not there. And I touch on that because, like last night, about £8 worth of fuel went missing from my gas. I lied down for 2 hours, 3 hours. I woke up and £8 had gone missing off my gas, including £5 of emergency money. And the electric's been disappearing. And ultimately, it didn't matter. I would have screamed or I would have panicked over that life problem that I believe is due to me being in a coma. But the truth is, the physical trauma that I was experiencing, that I'm still experiencing now, and I'm just like somehow conditioned to it. It's like my hip's out of place, my neck's all over the place, and I'm being asked to live in a body that isn't functioning the way I understand it, and it's like, right, we're going to do something traumatic to you. We're going to ask you to move your body in a totally different way, where it might have taken me 2 weeks to change that posture. It's asking me to do it in 5 minutes, and my body's like, you can feel the pressures in the muscles from the hips and the legs and all the lymphatic system, the waters in the body, just like, and I'm at my outer limits. My nervous system is crumbling, and I can't even think about the CIA messing with my gas and electric. I say the CIA in jest. I don't know who it was. Maybe it's my split personality. I don't know if it's even humanly possible to use 8 pounds worth of gas in 2-3 hours. Even if you turned all the gas on, back the heating up to full, I would have still had enough electricity, gas, sorry, until now. It's not possible. So really, for me, it's very clear I'm in a coma. I'm being messed with by CIA. You know, I'm very honest. I had to explore the possibility of split personality, but it's not possible. It's just not possible. I can have 8 pounds of gas disappear off the meter in the space of 3 hours. So, you know, ask me if I'm insane, and I'll tell you yes, I'm also in a fucking coma. And I've got off track. I mean, I can't even remember what the type was. Doesn't really matter anymore. It's just like, I'm making this live stream to just focus, because it happened again this morning after that experience. It's like I took action on depression, and it's like saying, I'm going to go and lie down and never get up again. I just want to be depressed and mope in bed for all my life. You know, it's so fucking unbelievable, this traumatizing experience. And this is the title. Like, my toes are curling, literally. I'm watching my toes curl. Do you think you'd be in pain? They say it's a saying, but it's also what I'm watching. And I said, alright, fuck it. I'm gonna lie down. You know, it was 7 o'clock time for me to get on. My normal time to get up and on. Not that I wouldn't have been awake already. I've done some heat therapy on myself in the night, and I've been in a really good place this morning. And get up, it just got too much. It's like I'm feeling pressure from the therapist from the hospital with regards to bulimia. There's an insane pressure that's appeared overnight with regards to pooing, going to the toilet, and I'm really confused, because I've just got a system that works, and I just keep applying that system, whatever, in regards to my digestion, health, poo, my own personal pooing, and this massive physical pain that occurs, and at the same, but that's what it is. Somehow, my psych, my mental health has wired the act of going to the toilet, which has had trauma in the past, has had a lot of trauma in the past. So this experience, this specific physical pain, it's linked to this trauma, and I'm like, but I don't have a problem, stop it. I'm screaming, I don't have a problem. How can my own mind tell me I've got a problem? My eyes are wrong, aren't they? My eyes are I've got something else in the background, like a physical pain. And it's telling me, you got a problem. I said, I haven't had a problem for a year. How have I got a problem all of a fucking sudden? I don't know. I haven't lost my mind that much that I can. And it's been happening for a week now. That thing with my body where it asked me to change 2 weeks worth of posture in 5 minutes has been happening for a month. Well, I don't know. It's been happening for ages, if I'm honest. But where it's been atrocious is about a month. I don't know, 2 weeks, a month. I forget, honestly. But this neck warmer is the thing that I've been craving. It's like 10. I think I paid 10. Something silly. £10, £30 for it. It's a really good. It's located the centre, one of the centres on the back of the neck, and it's been messing up now for a long time, and I've been aware of it. And I've been aware of this setup where it's on USB and I can just plug it in. And I've got a upgrade, well, a bit longer USB cable here. I'll explain it in a second, but anyway, it comes with a USB cable and I can plug it in and be like in the kitchen or sitting down when I'm sitting down. Even have it on in the car, it's the perfect thing for driving. That's what you want, a bit of warmth when you're focusing. And it's really killed me that I've not had it. And yesterday I was like, what? After about 6 months, it's been that long, I realised I've got one of those universal plugs for the wall, and that works on the same voltage. I realised it's got an adapter end, and after 6 months I've found the adapter end and I plugged it into a different. It's a little bit more voltage, so it's even warmer, which is great. Can take it. It just and it might get me through. The simplest of technologies might get me. It's exactly what my body needs. A bit of heat to the back of the neck. Throughout the day, you know, like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes there. As you can hear, what I'm all mucousy, and that's the back of the neck from the scoliosis. The nurse doctor at the hospital said that I didn't have because he touched my back. And I experienced it last night, and I'm like, there's no way I can't have severe scoliosis right now. Not a chance in hell, way. I saw it for myself. But he touched my back, you know. I did touch my back, so I touched my back quite a few times. So, you know, I don't know how many times I had to touch it to know I had scoliosis, even though it was my suspicion, but go back there 10,000 times, let him touch it. A few thousand more, he'll understand. Same as me. I jest because I have no choice. I'm transitioning, because the other option is my mental health will beat me like it did this morning. And as much as that's the thing that led me into depression and to lie down, 12:30 it also, for all intents and purposes, did something to my section, and I had to urinate. It's unpleasant to hear, I'm aware, but these are very real situations, and I'm stating them because it might even be the coronavirus. But I've had them for years, so. But that's my belief. The coronavirus has been around for a while, and anyway, it's relabeled SARS and relabeled this and relabeled that, relabeled Spanish flu. So I'm making this live stream, allowing myself to enter into a state of hysteria to the pain. To be honest, in fact, the lesson, if that's it, and I don't have to take those antipsychotics, it's a really real lesson that an individual can go away from and be empowered to a certain extent. As much as the first experience broke me on many levels, and it will take me many years to psychotics. Hysteria to deal with pain alone in this. And it gives me the chance to explore some of the more terrifying aspects I've locked inside of me, which I'm focused on dealing with. And that's why I'm standing, that's why I'm up. I have to put plans into place today to get my life on track. And I'm letting it go. Where I couldn't physically let it go until I was screaming. I have to scream to hysteria. But this has been very helpful for me at this moment in time because my body's been wobbling and my hips. My real problem is the direction of the pain, because it's in a very specific place just above the hip here. The body has tried to ride out life, and it's like moved the weight and focus and energy inside the body, and it's like sitting on the hip now, and it started to send pain the wrong way, and that's the real problem. But it's just got to a certain point where it's like, right, whatever, I've just got to ignore it because it's still here. It's still here. And I hope I don't enter into the screaming again. I've got painkillers I've got to find, because it was so bad, like, I became aware that, because I couldn't think. I couldn't think, the pain was so bad. And after I started screaming about 2 o'clock when I woke up. And it must have clicked about 6:37 that these specific painkillers work for what I was experiencing. So I've been administered 2 types of painkillers, and I have a natural painkiller that's a anti-diarrhea tablet that you can purchase at Poundland. But I'm only going to use them when I can isolate the pain and realise that, oh, okay, now would be a good time to use this type of painkiller. Otherwise, I'm really taking a lot of risks. Painkillers can have made this condition worse. And I'm not going to start doing silliness and taking stuff willy-nilly. So after 5 hours of screaming, 4 hours of screaming, not being able to think, I finally clicked, tuned into the pain momentarily to realise, okay, this painkiller. But I couldn't move. The physical pain was just look for the painkillers. Anyway, I'm standing now. I'm beyond pain, and I'm hoping to transition this place through a bit of organisation today back into something that resembles normality. Please forgive me for whatever I have done. I'm truly sorry. I'm truly sorry. I must have done something really bad in another life. I think I know what it is. I'll talk about it in another video. Another past life experience.